welcome to the Space Vehicle Moc Up Facility. What you're seeing down below is one of the largest classrooms used for our scientists, astronauts, and engineers. In addition to activities you see down, they're working hard behind the scenes and inside the mock-ups to keep our space program current and moving forward. They're planning and developing new hardware along with training procedures which will then be used by the astronauts in the International Space Station mock-ups that you see down below. These large gray and white objects on the right side of the room are all the mock-ups and all of the modules that make up the International Space Station. One thing that's all the way down the right side of the room, those large and gray objects, white and gray objects. Among these modules include living quarters, laboratory modules, storage modules, and an airlock that our astronauts can enter and exit due for spacewalks. The International Space Station is a partnership of 15 nations from 5 different space agencies. These agencies are United States NASA, Russia's Roscosmos, Japan's JAXA, Europe's ESA, and Canada's CSA. These nations both provide and operate the elements that make up the International Space Station. If you're wondering what the ISS looks like, if you look at the far back wall on the right side, you'll see a black screen hanging down. In front of it is a gray model with the blue solar panels. That is a replica of how the International Space Station looks like orbiting around the Earth. Now it's probably about 15 million times that size. And it's orbiting around the Earth at the speed of 17,500 miles per hour. To put that in perspective, if you would take a flight from here to Houston, Texas, to Paris, France, you'll get there in as little as 15 minutes. That is how fast you are traveling. They see 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets a day. I bet that's way better than looking at a TV. So now we're going to find the Russian Soyuz capsule. That's by the Zara model. It's on the right side of the room with the patches on its side. In front of it, there's a green egg-shaped capsule. It looks like an egg, light green. Raise your hand if you can see that capsule. A light green egg-shaped capsule. It's shaped like an egg. Raise your hand once again if you can see that. I want to make sure everyone, all right, cool. So that's a real Russian Soyuz capsule. Since its station was retired in 2011, this has been our only mode of transportation to get our astronauts up to the ISS. Interesting fact about the Soyuz is that unlike most American capsules, it does not land in water. It lands directly on land with the help of parachutes and retro boosters. A fun fact about a Russian Soyuz capsule is in 2011, each seat for an American astronaut to go in space cost $51 million. If you were currently in 2019, if you were to ride the Soyuz, it costs $91 million.
What? What the f?
So if you thought your airline tickets were bad, I feel bad for NASA's bill. But at least the astronauts do get free baggage. So now we'll be heading down the left side of the room. I highly recommend taking a picture of the Orion spacecraft. That's in the middle of the building. Next to this large blue structure on the right side, it says Orion on top. That's the exact replica that we'll be using giving our astronauts to the moon starting in the 2020s and sending the first human to Mars.
Nice.